Hey guys, I want to send this personal video to all of our community life group leaders. As a church, we're in an interesting season, uncharted territories where we're asking lots of questions and we're making plans on how we can be the church together. I had a choice to be able to just email you all of this stuff, but instead of seeing words on a screen, I thought it was important that you would see my face. So here it is. Some information is coming out today about what we are doing as a church, what our plan is moving forward for this next 4 weeks. And you'll see that today. But the highlight of some of those things is because of the mandates that's coming down from our president as well as from our city officials, is that gatherings of 10 or more are being asked to not gather. And so we are canceling all of our events that are happening here at the church, any of the youth group stuff, any of the children's ministry stuff, women's ministry, men's ministry. All of those things will not be gathering here for the next 4 weeks. That also includes our Sunday morning gatherings that we are going to live feed only. We're not going to be having anyone come to the church. And it was our initial thought that we could have all of our community life groups gather together and watch the live stream together just to continue in community. But with this recommendation of 10 or less, that seems to be less likely of a possibility. And so we're just going to strongly encourage families to participate in the ways that they can, and that they would just watch the live stream together, that we get to do it remotely, but get to all do it together. So the big question for us is, how do we lead our church to be the church together? Thankfully, that the church isn't created or designed to be just these four walls that we come to every single week. We, the people of the church, are the church. And as community life group leaders, we're going to be leaning on you to be the shepherds of the people that God has given you responsibility over. And I really want to empower you to think outside the box with us on how you are connecting with those people in your community life group, maybe even people you haven't seen in the past year that you know are still part of our church, connecting, reaching out to them to let them know that they are loved and that they're being thought about. So as things are unfolding, what are things that we can do? A couple of ideas, right? So if we're all watching the sermons in our home, can you connect with them after the service on Sunday and be able to pose a few questions and get some conversations going back and forth, either over email or starting a Facebook group where everyone is able to just leave comments? So if you don't currently have that set up for your community life group, can you do it that way? Also, there's going to be people that are in your groups that are have high care needs, that they are self-isolating for really good reasons. And because of their self-isolation, they may feel isolated, not just from community, that the community that we live in, but also the community of our church. So can you, or people in your group, can you empower people in your group to be able to reach out to them and just ask them if they have any needs, grocery needs, or whatever, any other kind of yard work needs, or whatever it is that you can think of. Just reach out to them, think about them, and let them know that they're not being missed. Also, if needs arise that you need help with, we are thinking about ways to be able to connect with people and help them with their needs as a church. So if that's not something you're able to do fully as a community life group, if needs get too large, reach out to us and we will help connect you and give you resources, also maybe even people to help care for some of these needs. So this is where we're at, and more information is going to be coming forward, maybe more of these videos, just to be able to stay connected with you guys. Know that I'm praying. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for our city. And I ask you to join me in that. Specifics is praying for our city officials as they're making these really hard decisions during this time. Be praying that God would give them wisdom and that God would take over this virus and that it would go away quickly so that we can get back to our normal routines. But also praying that during this time where we have to think outside the box, that God would grow us in ways that we didn't even know that we needed to grow. So believing that God's going to be God in the midst of this. He's going to be glorified even in the midst of these really hard and difficult things and during this season. So praying for you, your safety, for your family's safety, but also for the growth of your community life groups during this season. Love you guys a lot. I hope you're doing well. And please let me know if you have any needs that arise. Take care.